Alright, in this video, I am going to quickly show you how to create a new company on Planton Cloud. It's actually pretty simple, and the video is going to be fairly quick and a short one. I logged in on Planton Cloud using my Google account, my personal Google account, and as soon as you log in, you would see this quick access dashboard, and on the dashboard, you will have on the header you will see this company / product context, and you click on that and you can click on create new company, and then you will see this form wherein you'll have to fill the name of the company, an ID for your company, and a short little description. So you can pretty much use any name. There are pretty much like no limitations on what you can use to name your company, and this whatever you are going to enter here is what is going to be shown in the context bar whenever you're working on this company. You can switch between companies, but I'm going to show it to you in a bit. And company ID is super important in the sense that all the resources that you are going to create, when I say resources, you can create cloud accounts. Like, you don't create cloud accounts on Planton Cloud, but when you're connecting cloud accounts, or you're creating microservices, or you're creating Postgres databases, there is a lot of things that you can do on Planton Cloud. You can add your import or connect your source code repositories, and everything that is created on Planton Cloud gets a human readable identifier, and all the resources that belong to this company will be prefixed with this company ID that you are going to provide here. So it is super important for you to choose an ID that makes sense to you. Setting value for company ID has a bunch of limitations. It has to be all lowercase letters you cannot use hyphens either. So only alphanumeric. It can start with a number, it can end with a number, all lowercase alphanumeric characters. So anything that is not allowed, you will see an error message pop up. I'm going to choose TradeX. I've actually used these values to create the company that I'm currently in the context. So yeah, I chose this, and then you can provide an optional description. This is actually not used anywhere, but this is probably for something that helps people understand what your company does. And as soon as you provide all these values, you can click create, and as soon as you click create, the new company gets created. I'm going to create another company to just demonstrate. You can create any number of companies. There is like no cost associated with doing it. So I'm going to start a new company, and I would like to call this as my cookie store LLC. This is the name of the company that I chose, and I'm going to give it an ID called cookie. Company selling cookies online. Delicious cookies online. So I gave it a name and a valid company identifier and a description. I click create, and if you have noticed, as soon as the company got created, the context has switched to the new company. And when I click on this context, because I chose and here you are looking at the ID of the company that I provided earlier. If you click on that drop down, you will see the list of companies that you have access to. Access is of different levels depending on what role you are, but if you have access to a company, you would see this in the drop down. Switching the context of the company requires you to choose the company from the drop down and then also click on this link. You can easily switch between all the companies that you have some access to, right? And if you go to the IAM section of a company, you will notice that whoever has created the company is assigned the role company founder. I am the founder of this company, and if I go look at the other company, because I am in the same context, the company is like the context gets refreshed, and I'm looking at permissions for company cookie. You can also invite other users by using their email ID that they have used for signing up on Planton Cloud, and you can essentially grant them any of the roles, available roles for those users. So you have to choose the user, you have to provide an email address, some friend at whatever account they have used to log in, and then you can grant any of these roles, and each of these roles comes with a set of permissions to do a bunch of actions on within the company.